Over, but right now we turn our attention to the next major event, which will take place in boxing November 18, right in this arena. The fight of the year between James Toney and Roy Jones Jr.
This is probably as close as you're going to get to one of those old-time fights that we loved in the 50s, 40s. Robinson, LaMotta. Since those magic days of the Hearns and the Leonards and the Haglers. This is what the middleweight classes have been waiting for. James Toney, Roy Jones Jr.
James Lights Out Toney is the undefeated IBF super middleweight champion. His presence dominates that division. Roy Jones Jr. is also an unbeaten champion, whose contrasting style presents Toney's greatest challenge. When they meet in 2 weeks, it will be in the rich tradition of some of the greatest middleweight fights ever. In 1948, champion Rocky Graziano took on the Man of Steel, Tony Zale, for the third time. And for the third time, it was a brutal slugfest. Challenger Zale KO'd The Rock in round 3 to regain the coveted crown. The 50s were the decade of Sugar Ray Robinson, but constantly in his shadow was the raging bull, Jake LaMotta. In their 6th and final meeting, Robinson held on to his title with a 13th round TKO. 6 years later, Robinson met welterweight champion Carmen Basilio. The smaller Basilio shocked the boxing world with a split decision victory over the man considered pound for pound the greatest fighter ever. For Roy Jones Jr., the same challenge now looms, stepping up in class to take on one of the best fighters alive.
Tony's the fighter that, to me, he's the fighter really to beat because people have been, for the longest time, labeling him as my greatest opposition. I know I can beat him because I know I'm the best in this business. Therefore, I think the fight will elevate to be one of the greatest fights of all time.
And Roy Jones is old enough to remember those great ones in the 80s. The 8-minute war between marvelous Marvin Hagler and Thomas Hitman Hearns, with Hagler finishing off Hearns in 3. Then in 1987, Sugar Ray Leonard's improbable comeback after a 3-year layoff from the ring. He won a 12-round split decision to take Hagler's title in what may have been the greatest upset in middleweight boxing history. Toney knows the champion is always a marked man, but he is intensely driven and welcomes anyone who dares to take his shot.
Challenges. People who think they're better than me, that motivates me. Roy Jones thinks he's better than me, I'm motivated, and I tell him to get busy.
Toney's style is punctuated by finishing power, but at work he is a skilled craftsman, deceptively hard to hit, even while out-punching opponents. Roy Jones, conversely, begins with speed, quick hands, quick feet, a dazzling style that ignites a fierce power of his own.
The man's got speed. See, speed is power. So power, you're boxing a guy that's got a lot of speed. You got to take his legs away from him. How do you take his legs away? You go to his body. So you kill the body, they're here to die.
But everybody assumes that Roy is going to run, but that's not going to be the fight. It's going to be a very tactical, very good fight. It's going to be tactical, and if Toney makes a mistake, he's going to pay for it.
1994, the next great middleweight showdown.
I'm definitely the best fighter in the world, and Roy is trying to be, so this is a fight everybody's wanted to see for the last 2 years. Now that it's finally happened, it's going to be exciting. Everybody's going to want to see this fight. The winner of this fight would be pound for pound, no doubt, the best in the world today.
It's not just a title, the IBF Super Middleweight Championship that they're fighting about, but it's that supreme accolade of who is the best fighter of this era.
Roy Jones Jr. against James Toney, November 18 on pay-per-view. Gil, are the elements there in terms of style for an exciting fight?
Oh, it has to be an exciting, great fight. Roy Jones is a super talented, unorthodox fighter. He defies the basics, but he's so dangerous in that first round. I've seen a few of his fights, and the first time these guys get hit with his quick left hook in that first round, you can see them. They're so surprised. And my God, what was that? And that's very, very dangerous in the early rounds.
What about Toney?
Toney he's become a real solid professional, does not defy the basics. He knows what it takes to win a fight. This fight gets past the 4th round, I think Toney will be in command.
All right. Larry, are we overhyping the significance of the bout?
Well, I'm sad to say and glad to say all the hype is true. This is a fight that fight fans have really been looking forward to. It is the biggest fight in the middleweight divisions since Hagler and Leonard, and the biggest fight among undefeated young champions since Leonard and Hearns. I think that the way that James Toney has fought in his recent fights, he has a chance to go down as one of the better middleweights since the era of Sugar Ray Robinson. But if there's anybody out there that can beat him at this weight, it's the guy he's going to be fighting in that fight.
Nice things for both of you to say about the two fighters. I hope they appreciate it because they've both been listening live. As they join us now from opposite ends of the country, Roy Jones Jr. in New York City, James Toney, the champion, who is in Los Angeles. And James, I'll start with you. It's been reported that you've closed your training camp in the past few weeks, gotten into a surly mood, and given your past history, that causes people to bring up the subject of weight. What's the story? Are you struggling again to get down to 168 pounds?
I feel good. I'm in great shape. I'm ready. And that's all I got to say. Everybody will see how my weight is on November 17th.
Why'd you close your training camp?
Because I wanted to. I got tired of everybody being in my way. And so I had to kick them out. So I can have my privacy and have my room, my space.
All right, relax and occupy your space for a second while we talk to Roy. Roy, what about the subject of weight for you? You're moving up from 160 to fight James at 168 pounds, where he has been living for the past year and a half, and a lot of people think that might be a mistake. What about the extra 8 pounds?
That lets you know that I evidently think that I'm a bad man. Anytime you can go to somebody's weight to where they've been living all this time and still know that you can take over, then that's got to let you know that you have a lot of confidence in yourself.
A lot of people seem to see this fight as a battle between your speed and James Toney's punching power. Some people, on the other hand, see it as a battle between your punching power and James's boxing ability. Are you, Roy, the boxer or the puncher in this fight?
I'm actually both, but that just goes to show you how well of a fight, how well of a matchup this really is. Because some people, like you say, look at my speed and his power. Other people look at my power and his speed. So there's two complete fighters that they're looking at, and that always creates a very big explosion.
How do you see that subject, James? Are you the boxer or are you the puncher against Roy Jones?
I'm both. I can do it all. Like I said, I'm a complete fighter. I can box, I can punch, I can fight going forward, I can fight backwards. So like I said, everybody will see November 18th that I'm the best fighter in the world.
You haven't exactly said the nicest things about Roy Jones in private. It is well known in the sport that you don't think a great deal of him personally. Exactly what is it you dislike about Roy?
Well, like I said, he stepped up to challenge me. Anybody challenge me, got to get dogged out. That's my job. You know, I'm not going to say, if somebody challenge me, going to say, oh, he's a nice guy and all that. I'm not going to do that. A man challenging me, he's going to get dogged out.
What about you, Roy? Anybody who come into the ring against you got to get dogged out too?
Nah, you don't got to get dogged out. You just got to get taught a lesson.
How are you going to teach him a lesson? Tell us what's going to happen in the fight.
That's all I can do. I got to go out there and do what I got to do to teach that lesson.
He can't. Can nobody teach me a lesson? I'm the teacher, baby. I'm the teacher.
We'll see
come on,
coming
November 18th, I'm breaking you up.
We'll see coming 18th.
I'm breaking you up.
We'll see coming 18th.
That's all I got to say, breaking you.
We'll see coming 18th. I'm your Huckleberry. That's just what I'm looking for.
Get your track shoes on.
That's my game.
Get your track shoes on, boy.
That's just my game.
I'm knocking your punk ass out.
All right, gentlemen.
I'm your Huckleberry.
We understand.
Bring it on.
I'm about to shoot you down.
Bring it on.
All right. We hear you. Thanks very much, Roy Jones Jr. and James Toney. We appreciate your time, and we'll look forward to the hostilities, and they will be, trust me, genuine hostilities on the night of November 18, pay-per-view from here at the MGM Grand.
How can he stop it? That's it. The fight's over. James Toney wins the title. Unbelievable. Ladies and gentlemen, a two-time world champion and the current IBF super middleweight champion of the world, James Lights Out Toney. The IBF middleweight champion of the world, Roy Jones Jr.
For the IBF Super Middleweight Championship of the World, Toney versus Jones.
Whoever wins this fight will be recognized around the world as the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world.
great left hand was spectacular.
This is going to be what Bud Schoberg once called boxing. This is going to be chess with human bodies. This is going to be beautiful.
This is what everybody wanted to see for the last 2 years, and now it's finally happened. It's going to be exciting. Everybody's going to want to see this fight.
We're really seeing something tonight in Roy Jones.
I think the fight will elevate to be one of the greatest fights of all times.
These two young fighters at this stage of their career, they need each other. And it's a big fight for both of them. And well, this will give one of them a chance to say he's the best fighter in the world.
I just look forward to this being the best fight of not only 1994, but maybe 5, 6, and 7. And assuredly the best fight since those magic days of the Hearns and the Leonards and the Durans and the Haglers. This is what the middleweight classes have been waiting for. James Toney, Roy Jones Jr.
It will be more than just a battle. Be prepared for a war. An uncivil war.
On November 18th at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas, 2 undefeated super middleweights will meet in a bout to decide the best fighter pound for pound today. And hello everyone, I'm James Brown and welcome to our preview of the James Toney Roy Jones Jr. Super Middleweight Championship fight. Now over the course of the next half hour, we will take a look at James Toney and Roy Jones Jr. and discover why this is the most eagerly awaited fight of the year. Both fighters are young, undefeated, and in their prime. Both have known for quite some time this fight was inevitable, and both are itching for November 18th. James Toney is a throwback to one of boxing's earlier eras. Those may have been simpler times, but there is nothing simple about what motivates this complex young man.
James Toney, the IBF Super Middleweight Champion, is the most active fighter in the boxing world to date. At 44-0-2, Toney is considered one of the meanest and toughest competitors out there.
I can go to any style. I can fight you. I can box you if you want to box, and I can outbox you. I can slug with you, and I can outslug you. I can do it the complete fighter.
James Toney fights anybody, anywhere, anytime. And he takes all challenges. He's the most active fighter there is. And he really is a great defensive fighter, which very few give him credit for.
Just because I'm training James, James is a better fighter than Roy Jones. He's a better technician. He's fought better fighters. He's had twice the amount of fights as Roy. And he's a better all-around fighter.
Well, he wasn't always perceived as one of the best. He has fought long and hard to get to where he is today. Many boxing experts are wondering how James Toney is going to handle Roy Jones Jr. on November 18th. But Toney and his camp don't think there'll be any problem, especially with the caliber of opponents Toney has faced so far in his career.
They told us Michael Nunn, who was also undefeated, was, going to run, and he did. Then James caught him and dropped him, and that was it. James has been in with powerful guys like Barkley and Prince Charles, and he could deal with that. When we talk about skill, boxing skill and prowess, there's nobody better than Mike McCallum. He tried to beat James twice and couldn't do it. So I can't see anything that Roy Jones has to offer that we haven't seen already and conquered already.
One man who has helped Toney with all his conquests is his trainer and mentor, Bill Miller.
We're running out of rounds. We got the dog this man.
I can recall when I first started training James, he probably thought I was the meanest man that ever entered his life. He had never dealt with nobody like me.
Bill Miller, I love this guy. When I first met him, Jackie first brought him to me, we didn't click. I said, Jack, get this guy away from me, because he made me do something I never did, work hard before. I said, Jackie, I hate this guy, get him away from me and all this. And after a while, I started, we started to click. And now we're like father and son, I can talk to him about anything, he'll do anything for me, and I'll do anything for him. And he's a great teacher. He's not a trainer, he's a teacher.
For November 18th, Bill Miller will teach James Toney how to deal with Roy Jones Jr.
Hey! Oh, when you're training for a fight, you beat the style. styles make fights. You beat the style. We know that Roy up front is gonna do a lot of moving. But for such thing, you know how to cut the ring off. And there's no such thing as a perfect fighter. You capitalize on a man's mistakes. And as long as we can keep this guy backing up, we got him.
One thing nobody will have to do is motivate Toney for his fight against Jones. It's no secret that there is no love lost between these two combatants.
James doesn't love any of his opponents because it's a business. He knows that that man is trying to take something away from him. But he especially hates Roy Jones. The fact that he's been so difficult and he's so arrogant just means he's going to get a worse beating.
He hates Roy Jones for the fact that he's in James's way. You know, if you got somebody that's supposed to be great, you move him. And the way to remove him is defeat him in the ring.
I have nothing to prove against Roy. Roy has something to prove against me. And I just want to get this over with, shut everybody's mouths up about Roy Jones. I'm tired of hearing about it.
James Toney hopes that this fight on November 18th will prove that pound for pound, he is the best fighter in the world.
You know, James Toney fights with a fire that has burned inside him from a very early age. Now he has a chance to mark his place in boxing history. His quest continues on November 18th in the most awaited fight of the year. We will look at the other fighter in this bout, Roy Jones Jr., when we return.
I am the super middleweight champion of the world, James Lights Out Toney. I'm the king of the middleweights, Roy Jones Jr. I'm undefeated, and I'm definitely gonna stay undefeated. I've knocked out 23 out of 26. Now it's your turn.
The two greatest fighters in the world, the single biggest fight of the year, Toney versus Jones for the World Super Middleweight Championship. See it live next on Request Pay-Per-View.
Live on pay-per-view, the always formidable Julio Cesar Chavez puts his WBC super lightweight crown on the line against the awesome challenge of Toney the Tiger Lopez, one of 4 championship fights, live on pay-per-view. Does the Lion of Culiacan have what it takes to tame the Tiger, or is the Tiger finally ready to claim the title of King of the Jungle? Call your local cable operator for Chavez versus Lopez, live on pay-per-view, Saturday, December 10th at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific.
And what we look for are heavyweight fights. I don't know why in America we're all wedded to large automobiles, large houses, large-chested women, large fighters. This is the best fight there is.
A difference of opinion.
You gotta run off his mouth, say how he's this and how he's that. He forgot I'm the big dog in this planet. And he's gonna get hurt. I feel I'm the best fighter in the world today. I feel I'm the best fighter in the world ever. And I'm sure the opposition feels the same. Therefore, we need to come together and find out.
And finally, a place in history.
It's not just a title, the IBF Super Middleweight Championship that they're fighting about, but it's that supreme accolade of who is the best fighter of this era.
The story of Roy Jones Jr.'s early career has been told and retold. How he won more in losing an Olympic medal than most do in winning. But now he's getting tired of answering questions about his past performances.
He's had a big money.
Tired because when greatness is expected, just winning is never enough.
Roy Jones Jr. had a chance on national TV to showcase his talents against Bernard Hopkins. And he failed. He gave a pedestrian effort.
So they criticize him and downgrade his opponents.
He's been very selective in the people that he'd fought. And Bernard Hopkins, perhaps the best opponent that he's faced, and he was just another fighter out there. He's never faced nobody like James.
But to criticize him for how he won is to miss who Roy Jones Jr. is and how he has grown. From a fighter whose career was run by a strong-willed father.
My father was a good enough trainer to get me wherever I would have to go. It's just that, like they say, you know, most of the time in the father and son relationships, as you start to climb up the professional ladder, the money comes in. Money is the root of all evil. And things start to happen people start to temper start to flare up about small things. But in boxing, for me to be able to give it my all, I have to have a dominating attitude, or else how can I dominate a field? And for some reason, I think my father doesn't really understand that, but hopefully one day he will.
Now he is a man who has taken control of his career and his own destiny.
Someone of Roy Jones Jr.'s talent should have been in the ring with somebody that could really teach him something, but when you knock a guy out in 46 seconds, how much do you learn? So he basically said, I love my father, but I don't want him as a trainer or a manager.
Roy Jones Jr. will have a forum November 18th to show his father he made the right decision.
I think if there's a frustration factor built in, it comes right after the word junior. And that might say more, that little word junior, than any other word in all the hype. Because right now, he is the junior member of this twosome in experience and the junior member in exposure. And he's going to have to make himself the senior member that night.
What Roy may lack in experience, he makes up for with speed. And in boxing, speed is a powerful weapon.
See, the man's got speed. See, speed is power. So power, you're boxing a guy that's got a lot of speed. You got to take his legs away from him. How do you take his legs away? You go to his body. So you kill the body, they're here to die.
The great world champions, you know, the Sugar Ray Robinson, Sugar Ray Leonard, Muhammad Ali, some of those people, my eyes said, all of those people had fast hands.
I knew I could beat him because I knew I'm the best in this business. Therefore, I think the fight will elevate to be one of the greatest fights of all times.
What does it take to have a great prize fight? Time, a difference of opinion, and a place in history.
Roy Jones has November the 18th clearly marked on his calendar as the day he finally receives his due recognition. When we return, we'll take a look at why the press is anxious to see the fight of the year, the James Toney Roy Jones Jr. matchup.
I am the super middleweight champion of the world, James Lights Out Toney. I'm the king of the middleweights, Roy Jones Jr. I'm undefeated, and I'm definitely gonna stay undefeated.
I've knocked out 23 out of 26. Now it's your turn.
The two greatest fighters in the world, the single biggest fight of the year, Toney versus Jones for the World Super Middleweight Championship. See it live next on Request Pay-Per-View.
Live on pay-per-view, the always formidable Julio Cesar Chavez puts his WBC super lightweight crown on the line against the awesome challenge of Toney the Tiger Lopez, one of 4 championship fights, live on pay-per-view. Does the Lion of Culiacan have what it takes to tame the Tiger, or is the Tiger finally ready to claim the title of King of the Jungle? Call your local cable operator for Chavez versus Lopez, live on pay-per-view, Saturday, December 10th at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific.
Welcome back. I'm James Brown. In the 1980s, it was not the heavyweights, but rather the lighter weights that made the most noise and provided us with the decade's most memorable fights. Hagler Hearns, Leonard Duran, and Leonard Hearns are some examples. The November 18th Super Middleweight Championship bout is a throwback, so we decided to ask the press for their thoughts.
Every prize fight starts with a question: who will win? But to answer that simple question leads to 1,000 other questions, like how long has this fight been brewing?
I remember Roy Jones sitting in the first row of a post-fight press conference where McCallum fought Toney. And the fact that Toney and Jones got into it then and there, and that has to be at least 2 years ago.
Another left from Toney, and another left hook. That's it.
How will James Toney deal with Roy Jones's speed?
He's gonna get knocked out. And he's gonna run for a couple rounds, and I'll catch him. Like I said, I can adapt to any style. If he try to box, then I'll box him. If he try to slug, I'll slug him.
Will they box or slug? Can Roy Jones fight on the inside?
I don't really care where I got to fight him at. You know, I'm going in the ring to fight in that ring. Now, wherever in that ring I have to fight is where I'm going to be at, because I'm going to win.
If he dares to fight inside, he's lost because he doesn't know how to fight inside. Whoever trained Roy never taught him these things. When he gets inside, he doesn't know what to do.
Who do these two fighters remind you of?
I looked at Toney and I said, you know, he reminds me of Jack Johnson. You know, the old barbaric type fighting.
Roy is a youngster coming from the Olympics. Good speed. Remind me somewhat of Sugar Ray Robinson. Remind me somewhat of myself.
Talking about Eddie Charles, who was a top middleweight, perhaps one of the best light heavyweights that ever lived.
This is probably as close as you're going to get to one of those old-time fights that we loved in the 50s, 40s. Robinson, LaMotta, Turpin. These men have it all.
Why haven't they fought each other before this?
We go out there and put our life on the line. We go out there, we go head to head, toe to toe, man on man combat. And then they don't want to pay you for it. You know what I'm saying? That's why I haven't been fighting tough opposition. I'm not going to go out there and put my life in jeopardy every day and not receive the money that I'm supposed to get.
It's not me. I had my contract signed in 1992. So it's a matter of time. Now it's happening. He can't go nowhere, can't get out of this.
It wasn't my fault it didn't happen. My name been on 2 contracts to fight this fight. So I want to make it clear that I ain't the one who's been ducking and dodging nobody.
And finally, the big question. Will this fight decide who is pound for pound the best?
Toney's the fighter that, you know, to me, he's the fighter really to beat because people have been, for the longest time, labeling him as my greatest opposition.
I'm definitely the best fighter in the world, and Roy is trying to be, so this is a fight everybody wanted to see for the last 2 years, and now that it's finally happened, it's going to be exciting. You know, everybody's going to want to see this fight.
The beauty of boxing is that come November 18th, Roy Jones Jr. and James Toney will have their say, a chance to finally answer every question.
You know, it is truly amazing that what starts out so simply, 2 men facing each other in the ring, sparks such a debate. Now, my question is, will the November 18th fight answer all our questions about Jones and Toney, or simply become the first edition in a classic set? When we return, we'll take a look at why everyone is so excited about the Toney Jones super middleweight bout, one that has the ingredients to be the fight of the year.
I am the super middleweight champion of the world, James Lights Out Toney. I'm the king of the middleweights, Roy Jones Jr. I'm undefeated, and I'm definitely going to stay undefeated.
I've knocked out 23 out of 26. Now it's your turn.
The 2 greatest fighters in the world, the single biggest fight of the year, Toney versus Jones for the World Super Middleweight Championship. See it live next on Request Pay-Per-View.
Live on pay-per-view, the always formidable Julio Cesar Chavez puts his WBC Super Lightweight crown on the line against the awesome challenge of Toney the Tiger Lopez, one of 4 championship fights, live on pay-per-view. Does the Lion of Culiacan have what it takes to tame the Tiger, or is the Tiger finally ready to claim the title of King of the Jungle? Call your local cable operator for Chavez versus Lopez, live on pay-per-view, Saturday, December 10th at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific.
Welcome back to our preview of the James Toney Roy Jones Jr. Super Middleweight Championship bout. Nothing excites the boxing fan more than the prospect of 2 great fighters stepping into the ring against one another. With these fighters just now reaching their prime, November the 18th has become boxing's most anticipated day of the year.
On November 18th, James Toney and Roy Jones Jr. will meet in the single biggest fight of the year. Why the anticipation?
It's a great fight because they're 2 undefeated fighters, both considered to be tops in their sport. And you don't get to see a matchup like that very often where both fighters are undefeated and they're both considered to be so good that the fight's practically even. You know, some people think Roy's going to win, some people think James is going to win. That's what makes it interesting.
I think this fight will be very interesting because Toney is basically a counterpuncher, and Roy believes in delivering punishment without receiving it.
Toney's the fighter that, you know, to me, he's the fighter really to beat because people have been, for the longest time, labeling him as my greatest opposition.
How this fight unfolds is anyone's guess, but it is the fight most boxing experts are looking forward to seeing.
I do take the pace of the fight. I'll pick it up, I'll slow it down when I have to. I'll make him fight, and then I counter-punch him to death, punch him for the hose.
Everybody assumes that Roy's going to run, but that's not going to be the fight. It's going to be a very tactical, very good fight. It's going to be tactical, and if Toney makes a mistake, he's going to pay for it. It's basically what's going to happen.
The left hand, down he goes!
I can't see Roy Jones hurting him, and as long as James keeps his head and doesn't get frustrated, I can't see it being anything but another day at the office.
The fighters, on the other hand, have a clear picture of the outcome of this one.
He's going to get knocked out. He's going to run for a couple rounds, and I'll catch him. At least I can adapt to any style. If he try to box, I'll box him. If he try to slug, I'll slug him.
I'm going in the ring to fight in that ring. Now, wherever in that ring I have to fight is where I'm going to be at because I'm going to win.
Whoever remains undefeated that night cannot be guaranteed an easy time of it. As a matter of fact, the combination of styles proves to make November 18th a very interesting evening.
Jones has more one-punch power than James Toney. I think Jones has the knockout power of one punch. Toney's power is constant, continual, and cumulative. I think therein he's got to get close enough to make it work. Jones moves. Toney's immovable.
And a bomb from Toney. And that one wobbled McCallum. And another right. Toney comes after him here again.
I don't think that Toney will be able to deliver the punches towards Roy that he does on everybody else because, you know, you can't hit what you can't see.
Well, James is pretty fast himself, and I think his speed will give Roy Jones equal trouble, so that should kind of neutralize that. And James has the best defense in boxing, so that's going to be to his advantage.
Speed and power are two elements within this matchup that need to be considered. Another is the level of competition each has faced.
Toney will be by far the best fighter that Roy has fought against. You know, with a lot of fighters, a fighter adjusts to the caliber of competition that he has. And Toney will bring the best out of Roy.
He's never faced nobody like James. It's like a lamb being led to slaughter. He's not ready for this, but he must have it because he asked for it. Or you have to give him what he asked for.
Regardless of the outcome, the anticipation of this bout continues to grow. Some consider Toney and Jones to be the two greatest fighters in the world, so this one fight should live up to its expectations.
I just think it's going to be a bull and matador fight with a lot of people throwing a lot of good punches and a lot of good defenses. This is the best fight in 5 years.
I have no idea how this fight's going to turn out, who's going to win, but I know the skill level of both of these guys because I've seen them perform, and I can't wait to see this fight on November 18th.
Ever since they became middleweights, Roy Jones Jr. and James Toney knew their meeting in the ring was inevitable. Over the years, they have fought other opponents, but always with an eye on each other. For Roy Jones Jr. and James Toney, November the 18th can't come soon enough, because when it's over, one of them will be recognized as the best in his generation.
I spoke to both fighters in the dressing room. I'm cautioning you again. Obey my commands at all times. Shake hands. Good luck.
Jim, when we get unbeaten champions meet like this, we often get a kind of creative friction that bursts out into the pure flame. That's what we're looking for tonight.
One quick note, Gil and Larry. I was told late this afternoon by a source I trust from Roy Jones Jr.'s camp that he hurt his right hand in sparring a month ago, has not hit the heavy bag with the right hand for more than a month, has not thrown a power shot at a sparring partner with the right hand for more than a month. So he comes into the ring tonight with the right hand, a mystery to him and those around him.
Putting more and more emphasis on the left hook that does the most damage for him.
He's been throwing triple left hooks in sparring to make up for the absence of the right hand. And he throws a right hand there, seemingly with conviction.
And Jim, you notice when the James Toney stalks an opponent or when he jabs, he has a tendency to drop that right hand, which can be very, very dangerous against a good left hooker like Roy Jones Jr. Here's that quick left hook, again from an unorthodox angle.
Toney has blocked all of those punches.
Jones short with the right hand there. Toney looking confident, if a bit defensive so far. Willing to wait and see what Jones has got here at the outset.
He's keeping his hands up and he's putting pressure on Roy Jones. And again, you can see the quickness of Jones, that side-to-side movement.
Jabbing and hooking with the left hand. Only a couple of right hand shots so far by Jones. Nothing has landed. Toney has been cautious and measured in his approach. Right hand misses for James.
Hunt to get out. Hunt to get out.
Double left hook by Jones. Right hand was a glancing blow. James Toney told us he would be able to counter because he didn't think that Jones would be able to resist taking the lead in the fight.
Up to this point, Jones has been doing all of the leading.
There's a quick right hand by Jones, and it looked okay there. Jones's quickness, a factor here in round one. He's been able to double and triple up with the left hook.
It wasn't good. You catching that hook. That's the shot that we got to take away from the hook. When you catch the hook, come back with your hook. Catch the hook, come back with your hook. Keep cutting the ring off on it. You make him miss them shots, especially the right hand. You can twist on the right hand, counter the right hand. But keep that hand. He ain't getting in already. It's going to sit that hook up. You'll catch him clean sooner or later. Way to work. Deep breath. Okay, we're ready. So you stop pulling, baby. Way to work. Way to work, champ. Keep control.
You heard Bill Miller talking to James Toney. Watch the left hook. Just watch the left hook. And when you catch it or duck it, throw your own left hook. Good advice, Gil?
Absolutely. If he could nail Jones, if Jones misses that left hook, doing an awful lot of damage. And there's Toney trying to get off that big left hook.
It was blocked by Jones. Toney looking like he wants to open up a little bit more in this round after an exceedingly cautious first.
Don't hold him, don't break. Step back, step back.
Couple of body shots by Jones.
One sounded like it landed on the cup there, Jim. And again, Toney carries that right hand across his chest. He's not protecting his chin. He got it up there, though.
And Jones managed to thunder one left hook behind Toney's guard, but most of these punches being blocked on the gloves by James Toney.
But again, if he throws 7 and 2 get through, he's still scoring some points. Toney has to punch back.
Toney hasn't found many openings.
And there was the quickness of Jones again. He made Toney miss and nailed him with 2 of those unorthodox punches. They come from all angles.
Right hand to the body by Jones. Finally, James Toney gets through with a left hook to the chest of Jones that drove him back into the corner. Good right hand lead by Jones.
Again, Jones makes a lot of very tactical errors, but he has such fast reflexes that he can get away with making mistakes.
Don't hold him down.
There's that quickness.
Fast hands. Leaping with the left hook. Opened the glove as he threw the right hand to the body. Jones hurt the right hand against Bernard Hopkins a few fights back.
To get out. Don't hold him.
Toney sneaking in the right hand after Jones had landed over the top.
Break, step back, step back.
Again, these two fighters completely different styles. Toney is just trying to walk in, put a little pressure, physical and mental, on Jones. And Jones.
And the left hook got behind the guard, Gil. Jones wobbled Toney just slightly with that left hook.
We got to shorten our shots up a little bit. So when you can catch him when he comes in. Or especially when you twist him with the right hand, back with the left hook.
Here's the flurry at the end of the round by Roy Jones. None of those was a clean punch, but they are scoring punches. They will count in his favor. His quickness is decisive through the first 2 rounds.
On his head, let's go. Keep it controlled just like this. You're doing good. Keep it coming. Stop pulling, let's go. Let's go, baby.
Big disparity in punch output in rounds 1 and 2. Would you tell James Toney to step up the activity level, Gil?
He's going to have to do something. He can't walk in without throwing punches.
Low blows by Jones. Steele didn't say anything. And still the edge in quickness is decisive, as Larry put it.
Quickness and reflex, Jim. I mean, he makes Toney miss, and he's so quick countering.
Get out the road. Get out.
Showboating by Jones. He tempts fate, I think. Left hook, and down goes Toney.
You know, his seat never hit the canvas.
But they're going to call it a knockdown anyway.
I agree, Larry. I don't think it was a knockdown. He wobbled back, but he did not go down.
Reggie Johnson knocked him down in 1991. This, if it is officially scored as a knockdown, is the second time in Toney's career that he's been down. Crowd on its feet. Jones with plenty of time left in the third.
Up to this point, it looks like that added weight that they put on James Toney is an albatross around his neck, because he's very, very slow. Or maybe it's Jones is just that fast. But he's being completely outsped in this fight so far.
Jones looks fast against everybody, but he certainly looked faster against Toney than some might have suspected.
That was Toney's best punch of the fight. He caught Jones coming, and nothing happened.
Right hand lead by Jones.
Punch to get out.
Unorthodoxy playing in his favor now.
He's fighting with so much confidence, Jim.
Right, step back, step back.
Well, if he didn't use the right hand in sparring, he's using it here, and so far fairly effectively, although most of the heavy metal has come from the left.
Yes, but he has thrown that right hand to set up the left hook.
Sweeping left hook by Toney.
Come on, punch to get out, yeah.
And more quickness inside from Roy Jones. Good defense there by Toney, who was able to duck and slip.
Yeah, but it's okay to say no, 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 but they're still scoring points for Jones.
Timing that right hand, just a little off the mark. But we can get it on the mark, we take his right hand away from him. Yes, sir, brother. All right. It's just a little off the mark, but when you're going in jabbing, double up on the jab. I wasn't blocked.
Here's part of the debate going on with hand gestures and fists. We don't see from that angle whether Jones indeed went down. Perhaps we'll have another angle that we can see it. Here it'll tell us right now. You see his behind never hit the canvas, Gil.
Absolutely. I did not think it was a knockdown. He did stagger back, but he didn't go down.
Harold Letterman, let's open Harold quickly. Why might that have been scored a knockdown, Harold?
Jim, if the ropes are holding you up, if the ropes wouldn't have been there and you would have hit the canvas, that's a knockdown under the rules.
So in your view, is that a knockdown?
A knockdown for sure.
All right, round 4 begins. And given the knockdown, you've now got at least the possibility that Toney is 4 points behind on all 3 scorecards. Not necessarily, but it's possible.
Well, he's digging himself a big hole right now. We've seen him come back in the past from bad cuts, etc., but he can't get too far behind with this will-o'-the-wisp he's in there with.
You heard Bill Miller tell him to keep throwing the right hand, and he was trying it there, but he missed wide.
Well, in my opinion, he should be concentrating on the body.
Another left hook by Jones. That one didn't stun Toney, but it prevented him from throwing anything in return. Toney just not able to counter effectively, Gil, except for one time so far. Solid left hook there. Toney talking to Jones.
Again, what talking doesn't do you a bit of good. And the other guy's piling up points.
Is he ever?
Toney just looks like he can't get off. Whether it's Jones' movement that's bothering him or with the extra weight that's bothering him, something's bothering him because he traps Jones and gets beats to the punch time after time.
Well, there was a good counter right, and he came with another right cross behind it. Jones throwing right hand, then left hook combinations, and a right hand over the top from Toney. And Toney just beginning to get off a little bit here in round 4.
No holding. Break, step back, step back. No holding. Break, step back. Step back in.
Toney is getting closer to finding the range. Right now, you can just see him getting closer and closer to the mark.
Getting more active.
Break, step back, you hold it.
Good left by Jones as he wound the right hand up. He lands 3 or 4 more punches. The hand speed display continues spectacularly for Roy Jones.
Just unorthodox punches. Toney doesn't know where he is half the time. Where Jones is, I mean.
We're getting a little closer to him now. We're getting a little closer to him now. When you hit him with the right hand, come back to the left hook. Woo! Having fun, baby. We're getting a little closer to him now. We're reaching him with wrong. Hit him with the right hand, come back to the left hook. But jab your way in. There we go. There we go. Doing what you're doing. Way to work. Way to work. He's slowing down something.
Harold Letterman, your scorecard after 4 rounds.
4 rounds to nothing, 40-35. Roy Jones Jr. He's really given James Toney a beating so far. He certainly gets an extra point for the clean knockdown in round 3. Roy Jones all the way.
I've got Roy winning the first 4 rounds just as well.
And I have as well.
Toney said to Bill Miller, boy, I'm having fun. Only a prize fighter, after taking some of these punches, could say that.
Give him up, Toney.
They trade shots to open round 5.
But again, Jones landed the last 2 punches of that exchange.
And the first 2 punches there. And James has nothing to throw. Two more left hands.
His unorthodox movement and the unorthodox punches are completely befuddling James Toney up to this point.
Right hand, left hand combination by Jones landed. Toney landed a left in return. Toney starting to snap to it a little bit, but still outgunned in almost every exchange.
Toney has got a punch to the body. Can't. That's where those punches belong. Stay downstairs for a while, then that hit will come to you.
If he finds himself so far down that he's got to go for a late round knockout against Jones, that's going to be tough because of Jones's quickness and defense.
And if Jones finds himself comfortably ahead, he can certainly kill the clock. Big left hook. Big left hook by Jones. 2 left hooks.
Toney pretending not to be hurt, but he's wobbled. Now James lands a right hand in return. Toney trying to take advantage of the chance opened up by Jones's aggression.
Jones will not let Toney into this fight. Toney lands a hard punch. He comes back with 2.
Break, break, break!
Roy tried to end it with a right hand right there. Just missed.
Right hand counter by Toney, but Jones was moving away with the punch. Here's where Toney has to get off. When he has him on the ropes, he's got to bank to the body immediately.
He's got to be busier. That left hand landed, but it was a glancing blow.
Talk about unorthodox. He spun around and landed the left hook. Jones is supposed to be the unorthodox guy.
Solid left hook by Jones. And you saw James Toney's head snap to the side again. Toney's got the lunch pail out. He's starting to go to work. But Jones continues to box circles around him and land the heavier shots as well.
Jones certainly answered some questions about whether he has the right stuff inside him in that round.
Well, he got nailed with a couple of punches, Larry, but again, he would not allow Toney to take the edge. Right back.
Get it in back. Okay? There you go. You're doing good. The 6th round, baby. Coming in the 6th. Coming. Okay. Here. Coming in the 6th.
Once again, let's watch those fast hands if we can see them, because James Toney doesn't apparently able to see him. There's a perfect example of an unorthodox punch coming when you don't expect it, Gil.
And you don't see it. Those are the ones that really can get to you.
James Toney has been talking about going up to heavyweight. He said the hardest part of every fight is making weight. It's only supposition, but you suspect at this moment that making weight this time took a lot out of James Toney.
I'm not ready to take any credit away from Jones, because what Jones is doing here is just dictating everything on his own, and I'm not sure it has anything to do with the weight yet.
61% landing percentage in round 5 for Jones. 37 out of 61, mostly power shots. It's terrific stuff. Another left hook on the button by Roy Jones Jr.
And you notice that Jones doesn't set things up with a left jab. That's the unorthodox part of his style. He doesn't set things up. He'll move with his feet and all of a sudden leap in with that left hook, and it's very, very effective. But again, by doing that, he leaves himself open for a split second, but so far nobody has been able to take advantage of it. Nobody that he's fought. He's so quick.
Hunter, get out. Hunter, get out. Keep him up. Don't hold him. Don't hold him. Don't hold him. Let him go. Let him go. Let him go.
Again,
crackling right hand.
Jones lands the last punch. Last tag. Roy Jones.
Break. Step back. Step back.
Toney's remembering now to go to the body when he gets Jones against the ropes.
And you notice that Toney just doesn't even try to throw a jab. He just paws out with it. But again, it's the footwork on that left hook, that fast left hook.
Oohing and dying with yet another left hook.
Same thing every time. There's no jabs involved. He doesn't have to feint the jab. He just leaps in quickly, gets an angle, and bang, right in there with that left hook.
And if you had told James Toney 2 days ago that Roy could do that, he'd have said no
Punch
way.
Get out. Punch and get out. Break. Step back. Step back.
But you're right. He's done it all the way through tonight.
Let's keep punching. Don't time up. Come on. Keep punching. Put your arm back. Break, step back, step back. Come on, you guys, let's work.
There was a question again where Toney was just too slow getting off, and instead of Jones waiting to block a punch, beat him to the punch. He's back in the corner again, and again, who gets off first? Jones.
Halfway through the battle for James Toney's IBF Super Middleweight Championship so far. A spectacular, virtuoso performance by the challenger, Roy Jones Jr.
Get a little closer to this sucker now. Let it look here. I want you just some of the jabs, some of the hooks you're doing now. From inside with it, instead of outside with a stick. It's time, right, but it comes through the middle. Right. It's time to put a little more pressure. Put a little pressure. We got him on our territory now. Coming into the championship round. Yes, sir. Bring through the middle. Through the middle. Try to make, he's flicking for everything you do. Every time you flick at him, man, he's going for it. All right. Okay.
Although we're only halfway through the scheduled 12 rounds, we're already at that stage where James Toney looks like he's going to have to do something dramatic to get back into the fight.
It would have to be very, very dramatic, Larry, like a knockout. You're counting that knockdown. He's already 7 points behind, and he's got 6 rounds to catch up.
He's done it in the past, but maybe not against fighters the quality of Roy Jones Jr. He was down on points when he knocked out Nunn in the 11th to win the World Middleweight Championship in '91. He needed to knock out Tim Littles in a specific round because of a bad head cut to win that fight, and did it against a fighter who'd never been down or out. So it's not out of the question, but this is still all Roy Jones as round 7 begins.
But again,
solid left. Toney in a little bit of trouble.
Again, Jones is really never directly in front of James Toney. He takes those angle shots, and Toney really doesn't know where the punches are coming from. There was a foul by Roy Jones. Grabbed the rope and used that for leverage.
Right, step back. Don't hold the rope. Don't hold the rope.
And Steele tells him not to do it. James Toney just completely befuddled by Jones's speed, unorthodoxy, quickness.
Again, Toney, he's playing hide and seek with Toney in the ring. It's a square ring. They're both inside of it. Half the time, Toney doesn't know where he is. Yeah, waiting against the ropes.
What in the world can Toney do, Gil, to nullify the effectiveness of Jones's left hook?
The only thing he can do is start banging to the body. When you have a guy against the ropes, don't even think. Throw a straight right hand to the body and try to come back with a left hook. You're going to hit something, even if you hit his arms. But if you hesitate, wait for an opening, Jones gets off first and beats him to the punch. Yeah, you can see Toney hesitating.
Good counter there by James Toney, but it's hard to find a round here that you might have given to the champion. What other middleweights could throw combinations with that hand speed, Gil?
I would have to go back a long way, maybe to the Sugar Ray Robinson. He can throw punches that fast and that effective.
Work out. Work your way out. Punch. Your hands are free. Pull your arms back, Roy. Pull your arms back.
And remember, this is 168 pounds. 8 pounds up from the old middleweight limit of 160.
Again, Jones comes back in the exchanges. Good left hook by James Toney.
Best punch of the fight for Toney, the left hook that ended round 7.
You hear me? Especially when we're inside. We got to take this fight. We're on our territory now. We got to make our move.
Harold, 7 rounds, your score.
Larry, 70-62, 7-0, Roy Jones. I never saw a super middleweight throw 6, 7, 8 punch combinations like he throws. He's absolutely beautiful. The guy in his short pants is kicking the crap out of the other guy. I mean, knocking him from pillar to post. He is the only killer in Pensacola, Florida, who's not a right-to-lifer.
All right, let's watch what happens here on the ropes. Jones seems to have an edge whether Toney is on the ropes or he's on the ropes. His hands, his fast hands, get him out of trouble.
Five rounds left.
So far, both fighters have caught some stiff punches, but they haven't really hurt each other that badly yet. I was surprised even Toney landed a few good straight punches. They just wiped right off of Jones.
I thought that Toney was hurt a couple of times during the fight, Larry. Not seriously, but hurt.
How about now? How about right now?
He's just being completely overwhelmed. And
I think a left hook to the body hurt James Toney badly to set this up. Jones landed a wallop to Toney's ribcage.
Keep him in front! Keep him in front!
And James Toney hasn't thrown a punch since that body shot.
And look how cool Roy Jones
Keep him in front! Don't hold! Right, step back, step back, step back.
Jones has knocked men out with body shots. Glenn Wolfe in the first round, for instance. And now Toney begins to throw again, but
tried to counter, but again, those reflexes of Jones, just nothing's there when you punch at it.
Two more left hooks right on the button.
And the thing that amazes me, you say Jones is a boxer. He does this without using the left jab.
Both men have dispensed with the jab completely. And this is just going to be a slugfest the rest of the way, isn't it?
James Toney always has had a good left jab. Outside, he proved it in the Prince Charles Williams fight. But again,
he's not using it. He's just walking in, Gil. There he paused with it a little bit. But the snapping left jab is gone from Toney's arsenal. Just walking in.
We thought Jones would move more away from Toney, but he's really been contemptuous of Toney in the last couple of rounds.
Yeah, again, he can go on the ropes. No matter where he goes, Toney just can't hit him.
Sledgehammer right over the top by Toney. Glancing blow. Didn't get all of the target.
Again, in that exchange, last tag by Roy Jones.
Toney showing some assertiveness now, but he took a lot of this round off after he took that crushing left to the body early on. There's a left hook by James Toney. And Jones comes back with a fury. And Steele stops Toney right in the middle of his best action.
What is Steele doing? What is Richard Steele doing?
I think he thought he heard the bell. And now he does hear the bell. And that really hurt James Toney. Steele comes over to talk to the timekeeper, trying to get the signal straight.
We got to get away from it. We got to get out of that box. We got to do some fighting.
There's Toney in a ring with only two other people, and he's looking for the fighter in it.
Round 9 begins. You saw the champion breathing hard in his corner.
Right now, this 168-pound championship belongs to Roy Jones. It's up to James Toney to win it back.
And Bill Miller still hasn't spoken to James Toney with any real sense of urgency, saying, James, you're going to have to do something big. You know, he's talking very, very matter-of-factly. Slipped by Jones, and Toney did not take advantage.
Toney a little more cautious than he's been in other fights. And Jones's left hand has shown us the reason why, over and over. You said before the fight, Larry Merchant, that Roy Jones Jr. was a mystery. How much of the unknown is left now?
Well, beyond any question, he's answered a lot of those questions. It's in his grasp.
Get out! Break! Step back! Step back! Pull him back, Roy! Pull him back! Pull him back! Pull him back! Punch him out! Break! Step back! Step back! Step back!
Looks as if Roy Jones is taking a round off.
He may take the rest of the fight off, Gil.
Punching it out! Break! Step back! Step back!
Combination by Jones. Left hook over the top by Jones. Toney trying to stalk, but not punching his way in effectively. Short left hook by Jones, the more effective of the two punches there. Toney's sweeping left missed badly.
Look at that footwork of Roy Jones, side to side. Again, last tag by Roy Jones. He lulls you to sleep and then he tries to put you to sleep.
3 rounds to go.
There you go. Come on, baby. There you go. There you go. You feel that hand up there just like you did. Run it off. Right up there. Put it on his head.
Other water bottle, Ronnie. I'm here hard, man.
Come on, give it to him. Give it to him.
Right.
Give him the water bottle.
Good. We're down to our rounds. We got to make our move. We got to close the gap. You hear me? All right. Let's close the gap now. This is the 10th round, son. We got to have it. I don't need but 9 minutes fighting. I got to have it.
Be first. Step to him, baby.
So far, the Mongoose is too quick for the Cobra.
By this time, maybe James Toney's taken off about 7 to 8 pounds, Larry, so maybe he'll be a little quicker for the rest of the fight.
Hard to see so far what he could find that would do the necessary damage to Jones at this point.
Well, one big left hook or right hand on the chin
could help
at this weight. And the other guy can do a lot of funny things. You can just see the quickness of Roy Jones. Constantly moving, constantly feinting.
Don't hold him. Punch him, get out of there. Pull him back. Pull him back. Right, step back, please. Step back.
Toney so cool, so non-existent as he gave the first 2 rounds away. Then he got knocked down in the 3rd. And since that time, Roy Jones, to our eyes at least, has seemed to simply pile up the points.
Again, Jones is just such an unorthodox fighter. A couple of times in the fight, when he's against the ropes, he actually pulls his head back, which is a fundamental no-no, but he gets away with it.
Jones again stepping in with that left hook and then gone as Toney looked around to find it.
Right now, they're cooling each other off with those missed roundhouse punches.
Punch to get out of there. Punch to get out. Break. Step back. Don't hold him up.
Again, Toney moves him into the corners and against the ropes, but then he allows Jones to get off first. He's chasing, but nothing happens. Let's see who gets off first here.
Come on, work.
That was a dangerous left hook by James Toney.
Punch to get out.
Thunderous right inside by Jones.
Step back.
Jones is looking at the clock. That could be an indication that he's starting to get a little tired.
Come on, let's work this side. Pull him back.
Chopping right hand for Toney.
Jones was moving away with the punch. Wasn't a very effective punch.
Have these 6 minutes if you want this fight. We got to have these 6 minutes, James. All right. Show it to me. Okay, bro. Let's go. We got to have it.
Keep him turning, champ. Don't give him nothing he want to have. Make him fine. You beat that needle in the haystack.
I hear you.
Get that knee. You got 2 rounds left, champ. 2 rounds left, and you're the man. 2 rounds left, and you're the man.
10 rounds, your score.
Larry, I thought James Toney stole the 10th round. Roy didn't do a heck of a lot. 9 rounds to 1, 99-90. Roy Jones, he is so quick. He's moving so nicely, landing so many great combination punches. You just can't take it away from him. James Toney's going to need a dynamite finish to win this fight.
Dynamite is the operative word. He's going to have to throw a stick of dynamite in there to blow this man up, but I'm not sure that would do it.
Well, the only thing, in my opinion, now that can do it is a knockout.
Roy Jones only threw 32 punches in round 10. That drops way down from his previous punch output. It was in the 11th round when Toney scored the dramatic comeback knockout of Michael Dunn back in 1991 that won him the middleweight championship. But Dunn was not the kind of power puncher that Roy Jones is.
You heard the advice to Jones in the corner, be a needle in a haystack. That's a way of the trainer telling him, get out of there, you got the fight won.
Gil, is it even possible that Toney deludes himself into believing that he's still got a shot at winning a decision here?
I would have to say the fighter, yes, but the trainer should know better. The trainer should be telling him, you need a knockout to win this fight.
Bill Miller hasn't said that at any point, has he?
No, he hasn't. He said, we need this 6 minutes. The 6 minutes won't do him any good, in my opinion, and on my scorecard. I think we're going to have an exciting 12th round. Again, Jones is killing the clock, not doing too much this round.
Butting an inside left against Toney's head there. Toney putting in the body work on the ropes, but it's probably too little too late. Crowd begins to try to lift the champion. Well, this goes to show you that James has built a following in his 3 years as a world champion.
Or there are a lot of people who bet on him.
Jones nailed Toney with a solid left hook.
And Toney wobbles just slightly against the ropes again.
Look how calm Jones is in there. Sending range fighters, then hard punches. He's doing it all.
Watch it. Come on.
You're tempted to say, Larry, that for a decision to be taken away from Roy Jones here, it would almost have to be the Olympics.
Now, if this was taken away from Roy Jones, it would be worse than the Olympics. He may have been a little tired before Jones, but he's got a second win. He's right back in there now.
And still, James Toney showing none of the desperation-style commitment that we all think would be necessary for him to salvage the fight.
Got to have these last. Got to have it, James. We need it. We need this here. I got to have this here. We need it. There's no more tomorrow. This is it. On your head. Okay? I want you to touch him, put them 3 and 4 point combinations on him and go.
On your head. I'm on your head.
He won't. Let me talk.
Final round.
Okay? Roy, listen to me. Don't give him a chance. Don't give him a chance to take nothing, okay? Good.
Pick that piece of ice over there, Bill. Next to the right foot. Okay.
Go get him. Give it to me. Give it to me.
In the corner of the undefeated champion with the best record of any undefeated world titleist in the sport, there was silence for the last 20 seconds of that 1-minute break between rounds. Nobody said to James, you must have a knockout to win the fight. So now here comes Toney with his last 3 minutes to try to get something done against aspiring super middleweight champion Roy Jones.
Toney just takes so long to get off. He allowed Jones to escape He's feinting, feinting, feinting. What is he waiting for?
Keep him up, punch to get out of this.
Good solid body punches by Jones.
Smart stuff.
Keep him in front. Keep him in front.
At what point, Gil, does Jones simply try to stay away?
Well, the way they told him in the corner that don't take any chances, but throw some good solid punches. I mean, I know if I was in this corner, I'd be saying, hey, just kill the clock. You got the fight won. I didn't do that too often, but when the guy's this far ahead, why take any kind of chance?
Punch to the break. Stop it.
I used to always tell my fighters, you have to win the last round, especially if you're near the guy's hometown.
Yeah, but you wouldn't have told Jones tonight that he had to win this last round, would you?
No, I would not have. As they say, he's, in my opinion, there's no way they could take it away from him.
It's been a spectacular display by Roy Jones. He continues to step in and fire the left hook from time to time. And Toney simply not busy enough to be building toward the climax he needs.
He just can't get off. Can't get off. The movement has been puzzling him all night long. Big right hand by Jones.
Right on the button. 1 minute to go.
Big left hook by Jones.
Yet another one.
And these are solid punches, which means that Toney has to have a chin of granite.
Punch to get out of there. Break.
The sand is running out of the clock for James Toney.
More than 6 years ago, Roy Jones Jr. was victimized by what most observers called the worst decision in the history of amateur boxing. It robbed him of an expected gold medal at the Olympic Games in Seoul in 1988. He's waited all this time to regain center stage. And now tonight, in the biggest fight of his career, against a man regarded by many as the most skilled champion in the sport, Roy Jones has been every bit as dominant as he was that day in Korea so long ago.
Given the kind of fighter that James Toney has been over the last year and a half, that's just a terrific performance by Roy Jones.
Yes, it is. And, you know, we had mentioned about putting on all that weight, and I was told that he had done that in quite a few fights, but that eventually has to catch up with you, Larry. I don't think that James Toney was on top of his game tonight. I know Jones was great, but Toney was not Toney tonight.
Yeah, but I'm in Larry's corner on this one. Let's not harp on that too much, because any harping on it takes away from a spectacular performance by Roy Jones, which, in my view, and maybe in yours, Gil, answered just about every remaining question about it.
I thought he was absolutely great tonight. Again, he's a very unorthodox fighter. He does things his own way. I don't think he even knows what he's going to do, but boy, it's effective.
The fight plan for Jones was for a lot of power shots and very few jabs. He followed it to a T. Let's go to the ring announcer, Michael Buffer, for the official decision.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, here at the MGM Grand of Las Vegas, we go to the scorecards. John Stewart scores the bout, 119 to 108. Glenn Hamada scores it, 117 to 110. And Jerry Roth has it, 118 to 109 for the winner by unanimous decision. And new super middleweight champion of the world, Roy Jones Jr. Stick around, folks. Go, please, stick around. More boxing to go here at the MGM Grand.
First loss of James Toney's career. Roy Jones moves to 27-0, and based on tonight's performance, the sky's the limit. Final punch stat numbers, and you will see statistical domination here as Roy Jones threw 163 more punches, landed 128 more punches, and landed at a nearly 50% rate against a champion regarded as a pretty good defender and a guy who could wear down a lot of opponents. Tonight, it was all Jones from the opening bell to the finish. And Larry Merchant stands by in the ring with the new champion. Larry?
Thank you, Jim. Roy, congratulations. A terrific performance. Did you know from the first minute and a half that you were just too quick for him? Could you tell from the get-go that you were just too quick for him, Roy?
Yeah. Yeah, I was much too fast for him. And I know that the weight he lost is going to be a difficult thing for him to handle. But first of all, I thank God for giving me the opportunity to come out and do the things I do. Owe all my praise to God. Thank my father and Coach Merck both for the terrific training that they've been doing throughout my entire career. And thank God for everything. I'm a happy man. God is all able, baby. It's all possible. Just have faith in God.
You mentioned the weight. What did you know personally about the difficulty he was having with weight?
Well, I come from 178, sometimes 180 to make 160. That's a very tough thing to do and fight 12 rounds. I'm a lot bigger than guys. Most times I'm a lot faster, but it's tough when it's fat. And I wasn't fat. I just be thick at 178 most of the time. Yeah, man. Thank you, baby. Hey, good work, man. Yeah. Hey, good work, baby. Hey. Hey.
You all right?
Hey, yeah.
He is.
Hey, yeah.
Good boy, baby. You back? I'll be back.
Yeah,
I'll be back. James told we'll be back. Watch out, light heavyweight.
But yeah, and you know, it's a tough thing to do. And I commend him on how he made the weight, but I knew that he would be washed. I mean, you know, the weight would work.
Well, how did that play into your plans, knowing that he would be weakened?
Well, my hands are so fast, my feet are so quick, until all I had to do was box, move around the ring, box, not taking no stupid chances. But I do like to fight, so I sat down with him a couple of times because he's a warrior. And to beat the champ, you got to beat the champ. So I sat with him some just to show him that.
All right, you wanted to prove not just that you were quick and strong, but that you had something inside you a few times in the fight. Is that what you're saying?
That's right, exactly. That championship quality, that stuff that it takes to be a champion. I had to prove that I have that. Unlike other champions other challengers who come in, challenge the champ, run from him the whole night. I never run from nobody the whole night.
Did he hurt you, daze you at all during the fight?
Never. He's a solid puncher, but you know, my chin is real tough. I caught him some good shots, but they didn't bother me at all.
Did you feel you had hurt him? Seriously?
Yeah, I hurt him a couple of times. I hurt him about 3 or 4 times in the fight. And he has a strong chin, I expect, though. So I got to give him that.
Does this make?
I'll be home, baby. I am the man.
Does this make up for Seoul finally? You've waited 6 years to get here, James. Does this make up for Seoul finally?
Right.
Roy, I'm sorry.
Yeah, this makes up somewhat. Well, like I said, I just thank God I was healthy, able to get this forward out in defeat. Thank God my hands stayed healthy throughout the whole entire thing. And you know, James Toney was a wonderful champion. I stepped up, you know, took the challenge, had to do what I had to do. He'll be back. He's a great fighter.
Thank you very much, Jim.
All right, Pico,